Here we have verse 26 of the 13th chapter, Gospel of John. We're in the midst of the Last Supper. Jesus has announced that one of the disciples is going to betray him. John, at the request of Peter, has asked who it is, and we come now to the point where Jesus gives his response to that question. So we have, beginning in verse 26, apokrinetai. This is from apokrinomai. Takes the dative, it means answer, it's a deponent verb, so he answers, present tense, ho Jesus. So Jesus answers, and then says, and then this is as if it's quoting Jesus, akenos. This is the demonstrative pronoun, it's masculine singular nominative, that, or that one, or that man, but normally, of course, just rendered that. Esten, it is, third person singular of me, I am. So that one it is, and then ho, this is a relative pronoun, it's in the dative. It's going to function as an indirect object, here probably meaning for whom. So that one it is for whom, and then ego for emphasis, I, and then bapso. This is from bapto. It's actually the root of the word baptize, or baptism, baptizo, but this is the more simple root of that. Bapto means to simply dip something or put it into something else, to get it wet is the idea there. So can mean to immerse it, to plunge it under it, but actually in the New Testament can simply mean to dip it, and that's certainly the way it would be used here. So it's in the future, so it's bapso, first person singular, future active indicative. So that one it is for whom I will dip, and then to somion. This is a word that means a crumb or a little morsel, that idea. It's translated sop in the Old King James, but that's the idea. So as the bread was being distributed and broken, it's a little chunk of that bread that's in view. So he it is, for whom I will dip the morsel, kai doso, from didomi. I give, this is the first person singular future active indicative, and will give, and then the indirect object, to him, auto, dative singular masculine, and give it to him. So the one it is, for whom I will dip the morsel and will give to him. New sentence, bapsos. It's the same word here, of course, only this is now the participle. So it's the aorist active participle, masculine, singular, nominative, referring to Jesus, having dipped, therefore, postpositive, therefore, to, somion, the morsel, same word as before. Some manuscripts include lambane kai, which would be he takes and, referring to the morsel. But probably the best manuscripts don't have that. So having dipped therefore the morsel, didosen, this is in the present from didomi, I give, it's the first person singular, or third person singular, present active indicative, he gives. And then in the dative here, the name for Judas, it's Uda, Judas, and then Simonas, Simon, Judas, and then Iskaritu of Iscariot. The full name is provided there as if to leave no doubt as to the one who is going to be responsible for this deed. And as we reconstruct the setting, Jesus dipped the morsel into the wine and handed it to Judas, and of course by so doing, for anyone who was paying attention, identified the one who would indeed be responsible for betraying Christ into the hands of the authorities.